Following the loud announcement of the hip-hop god's pregnancy, even Mona Scotch-Young had to clutch her pearls. Thus, you must all maintain your wigs, your lace fronts, and your surviving sanity. Officially, Bambi is expecting attacked. Officially, Bambi is expecting an attack. Look at this. I love making looks that resemble Kaylin's. Everyone knows I've been looking into it. As everyone knows, I've been looking into that will. So we all have to maintain your wigs. What would you want to see with 7? After weeks with each of these individuals having files, we encounter Sally and arrive with I Can next to you. I notice music. Child. Yes, once more. A little persistent as well. Dot's test was positive, or worse, that man looked like he had just seen a ghost. He wasn't ready. The question then becomes, who is the father? Is that young athlete tenacious? Is that right? Is it? The unexpected story, unforeseen shock that no one anticipated. What began as anxiety and rumors from reality TV suddenly turned into a full-blown event involving baby bumps, betrayal, and a phony DNA test. My kid just told Scrappy that's why he's pacing the stage. You are the father. A group chat, a hair salon, and that one are just a few of the sources. According to my cousin, who usually gets me, Scrappy isn't feeling well, and Bambi off camera verified the pregnancy. What took place behind closed doors? Was this prearranged? Or is it a desperate effort in a protracted argument involving angry co-stars, baby moms, and ex-partners? Prepare yourselves for we will reveal every clumsy, raw, and emotionally erratic moment in this drama. Furthermore, I can assure you that things will only worsen. Lil Scrappy is relaxing, taking care of his post-Bambi issues, and most likely messaging Barber or perusing the web. Instagram memes after sudden eruptions on the internet. Why? Due to circulating rumors. Rumors that Bambi is pregnant again are spreading quickly around the love and hip-hop edit bay, salons and chat rooms. We're talking about Instagram and lovely skin. The action starts at this point. Crazy. Scrappy didn't know. You're correct. According to one of Scrappy's close pals, a voice note leaker who refused to stop, Scrappy literally learned about it via the blogs. Think about that for a minute. Imagine finding out that your ex-wife, who just pulled you, did this without anyone else knowing. Appeared on national television and threw your heart into the group debate. Now she is pregnant. In addition to the drama, the lighting in Atlanta, it's Greek tragedy. But let's go back quickly and tidy up this mess. This oopsie baby isn't your typical one. Incident. In a war saga that has lasted longer than Scrappy's rap career, here is the most recent installment. We're discussing sex, bounce-backs, cosmetics, disc music, treachery, and perhaps a mystery. Let's get things straight, my love. When Scrappy and Bambi began dating is already unknown. Since they have been banned from Instagram many times, divorced, remarried, confused Ray, and married, admirers are no longer even able to follow them. However, something feels different this time. Why? Because things quickly escalated from being trivial to being pregnant. The hashtag #ScrappySnot is now trending because of Scrappy's facial expressions. Where did it all begin then? Let's talk about Bambi. The story of the wine brow and the queen of the clapback rise. The queen of well-timed birth announcements seems to be letting it go now. It all began with Carly Red's breakfast, putting together, wait for it, for where else might a breakthrough insight occur? Several eyewitnesses or cast members with confessionals claim that Bambi appeared there in a stunning, subdued, and uncanny glow. That baby on board glow, not just the typical I'm back on my fitness quest glow. Bring on the strange looks. Dime Jessica. Why does Bambi's stomach seem like it's getting ready for a second season? Reports state that she leaned over and said, even Carly Red, who often just thinks about herself, was overheard. In reference to Mick. I'm not attempting to start anything, but it doesn't look like bloating to me. Then came the subtle revelation. A phony toast with Bambi in the center. It was impossible for LLEGEDLY to take notice of. Something about being a mother has given me new chapters and blessings again. Scrappy's response. There was silence on the radio. He wasn't present. They didn't tell him. Furthermore, Scrappy was completely unprepared, according to his hairstylist, who went live 2 hours later. He reportedly wept when phoning his mother on autotune, yelled at his producer, and left a shoot early. Furthermore, we haven't actually begun looking into it yet since conjecture intensified after the news was out. Whose child is it? You would think it would be Scrappy's. However, this is hip-hop and love. For Bambi blocks, whose name was the first to surface at the reunion, names were being thrown out more quickly than the trolls. Jock Young. Or to put it simply, where is Waldo in all of this? And why is young Jaw constantly in the heart of foolishness? This man is Atlanta, but he has more baby mothers and a worse hairdo. According to fans, at a birthday celebration in the previous season of Real Subtle, Bambi and Jock briefly interacted off camera. Did it have any significance? Was it innocuous? Was it a hint? Scrappy does not believe it was innocuous. Our insider knowledge indicates that the nail technician received a FaceTime call. Scrappy is not only depressed or perplexed, he is enraged. He has been saying that she wouldn't follow through. And when she stopped arguing with me 5 minutes later, I knew something was wrong. I can tell she's hiding something because of this. When Scrappy apparently tried to contact Bambi after learning that she hadn't heard it on social media, things became worse. He next called Jock, who also didn't pick up. I would want to ask you a question. It may be even worse than anything that you found out about your pal. Moreover, you were abandoned by both of them as if you were a supporting cast member of Split. What does Scrappy do then? He uses Instagram to stream live. Fans have already dubbed Scrappy's live video from his car in which he rants about surprises, loyalty, and how many months is the same as betrayal, the most dramatic outburst of the year. He doesn't mention Bambi by name. Even if he doesn't, put a T there, it's still 1 point. Bro, he adds, this is the kind of pain you can't auto-tune. 6 sizes, 1 tier, and a number of ambiguous subtitles. Later, Scrappy unfollows VH1, Jock, and Bambi. As the first segment of My Friends concludes, Scrappy is losing it, Bambi is losing it, and Jock is most likely texting you, buddy, from because, like the network, the live stream terminates there. Anywhere. He was cleaning off his browser's history, but it wasn't finished. Wait to see who else could be engaged in this issue if you thought one pregnancy bomb was the end. Now let's begin the real mayhem. Where were we then? Indeed, precisely. Scrappy's unfollowing obsession. In addition to Bambi and Jock, he unfollowed every user on the network. When a man unfollows VH1 as if he directly got her pregnant, you can know the adultery has had a significant impact on her. Sadly, Atlanta had other ideas just as we believed the news had reached max chaos. Kesu came since Scrappy was busy. As he cried in his car and reorganized his Instagram block list, he seemed strangely sympathetic to Bambi's wonderful news. Yes, Mama D, the unvarnished voice of Scrappy's royal mother, Chaos Commander. You've been living in obscurity if you haven't watched Love and Hip Hop since season 1 or worse. This woman enticed Scrappy into a romantic relationship and then set up his burial. So, what if she finds out that Bambi is pregnant again? She didn't wait for confirmation, however. If Bambi is pregnant, congratulations on her new journey. Lord, please give her the peace she always had for my son. As she went live, she said, did she just throw shade and bless the baby in? The same expression? She did, really. Shakespeare even said, damn, wait. It gets better because apparently Mama Dean knew, illustrating the extent of the betrayal. Mother drank the tea, stirred it, and still didn't alert him. Before Scrappy did, let that marinate, about the pregnancy. According to those familiar with the matter, Bambi just re-established their connection with Mama D as they were eating lunch at Lenox Mall, where Jessica Dime's cousin works. On this show, it's not a coincidence. Now let's talk about the big issue, the young jock, whose name is louder than a DJ air horn in this situation even if he hasn't addressed the pregnancy rumors. Let's face it, Jacques has a history. The history of the creeps. The search history, especially the time when followers began to see prior flirtatious Instagram remarks and deleted communications. They also uncovered an intriguing episode from season 11 in which Jock said, Bambi has been looking different lately. The internet took off, so even if he wasn't guilty, he was. Other are looking into the possibility that Jock and Bambi had sex over the months that separated her from Scrappy's, despite the fact that other people think he could have been kidding. Tumultuous alliance. The hue is consistent, although the time is a little unclear. Scrappy's other baby mom, Erica Dixon, even made the decision to join the fray by sharing on Twitter, "Take a look at this. I don't give a damn. The number of tails is excessive. Paternity tests are insufficient. Few of the girls are fighting since he's too busy expressing his emotions and probably texting everyone." Scrappy has not yet acknowledged or denied anything. Rumor has it that when Spice tried to reach him to console him, he pleaded with his ex-partner, "Don't remix my pain," when she inquired about whether they had really loved him. Let's take a moment, nevertheless, to talk about Bambi since, despite everything, she has stayed almost composed like undisturbed royal energy. Growth comes with, and I beg for this chapter and the ultimate passive grass nuke, are among the enigmatic phrases she is penning. Isolation. A baby is a baby, regardless of whether you are invited to the blessing. In every way, it is a gift. Who needs a press release, girl, when your captions are all about blocking and ignoring trolls while drinking tea? However, anarchy breaks out at this time, with some individuals leaking immediately. Scrappy may not be the father, according to messages that were supposedly screenshotted by one of Bambi's makeup artists. You read correctly, yeah. He reportedly texted someone, "Let's talk." Now that everyone is wondering not only whether Bambi is pregnant, but also if WH is the father, take some time to relax. For a moment, let's act like investigators. All right, let's check at the calendar. About 5 months have elapsed since Bambi and Scrappy were last seen together in public. It's tight, sloppy, and yielding. Maury must already be wary. Some people are even mentioning production. Jock and Bambi were seen shooting together 4 months ago. 3 months ago, Bambi showed off a new energy that began with a decision. It has been established that she is pregnant, and she is immediately smiling. Yes, give that producer an Emmy. This story is complex. A relationship with Carly Red isn't. Can you tell me who else is being held responsible for Carly? Red Carly. It seems that when she brought Bambi to an event with Jock, she unintentionally left her microphone on. The season 13 narrative, which executives allegedly pushed for bigger ratings, was announced at the same time as the announcement. "Carly read me messy AF, and you guys let her cook every season," Tokyo Vanity even said on Instagram. The epitome of Carly sabotage for the future devotees. She loves drama as much as Jock loves baby showers, as everyone knows. Trojan is the sponsor, and Mama D hosted Bambi's baby reveal with young Jock as the DJ, a meme with Scrappy's bewildered face next to Bambi's writing and examining if the kid had his jawline was shared by another user. Even worse, because the internet is down, guess who? Lil after the news, Mendy apparently sees Bambi. Fans aren't sure how. Effectively pleading with Mona Scott to bring back the lie detector episode because if we don't receive DNA results, someone will fight. This is happening again in front of a food truck, but keep in mind that a child is involved. It's been going on for a long, so don't ask us why. Real baby, real life, and real consequences. Await the possible intervention of lawyers. Do you think? The Twitter rumor space is messy, like a bad sample of perfume in a strip mall. Bambi is glowing, Scrappy is weeping excessively, and who will really rise up? While the boys are playing Connect 4, is Bambi playing chess, Joe the father, or Scrappy being gaslighted? Even her hairdresser made a joke that read, "Yes, it's that deep when your client blocks you midwig," when Bambi stopped posting new pictures and stories. This happened just as Scrappy believed he was in control of the mayhem. According to rumors, Bambi purposefully backed off when the producers wanted her to have a conversation with Scrappy. Nope, I'm not crying because of you people. Do you know who attempted to play peacemaker? We may never comprehend why Spice, like a dance hall referee, is always in the middle of other people's commotion. 4,000 this season, remarked Sis. But she did attempt to arrange a covert dinner between Scrappy and Bambi. How did that work out? Candlelight and silence. You can't even have calamari out here without being sued right now. Bambi chose a reverse note card and had her wait for Scrappy. When he arrived by himself. Rather, a lawyer arrived with paperwork, and Bambi gave Scrappy a cease and an NDA and a desist order at a dining establishment. The agreement says, avoid openly talking about the pregnancy, paternity, or your alleged participation in either. Following Savage Sis's advice, she closed using legal stationery. In contrast, fans were devouring it. Cracked and Served was popular. Let's get back to the actual outrage that simmered under the surface when someone on Twitter shared a picture of Scrappy on the sidewalk, dejected after hearing something that you mistook was dinner but was really discovery. Young Jock, you believed. He had been silent the entire time. Jock was just editing because he went public on Instagram as soon as the pregnancy rumors truly took hold. I have a wife, a reputation, and kids, you see. Even if Bambi is a sweetheart, I don't play with relatives. Like that. The wearing of sunglasses inside is a regular guilty behavior. In other words, I'm not denying that I did it. Don't ask me, she replied. But the worst part is that days later, Liv says, "Oh no, Kendra doesn't play." Kendra, Jock's wife, was seen unfollowing Jock and Bambi's fan sites. She wants to know precisely how kind Jock and Bambi were behind the scenes, so she's been blowing up production. Phones to get this season's production's uncut video. According to sources, you know, when your wife joins the FBI. Even if Scrappy's creativity is exploding, something is wrong. Dot is now working on what his admirers are referring to as his Lemonade, a moving rap album that is a song that was purportedly about betrayal, sadness, and perhaps paternity testing began to leak. She accused me of initiating the conflict, after I had made peace. I have no idea why I am expecting a child. Hold on, things are about to get messier. Tell Bianca over the phone that the lads are retaliating, due to the addition of a new player. But Tip didn't have a name. According to Jessica Dime's eyelash text, there could be a third male involved. Indeed, Jock and Scrappy may not even be related. The primary suspects. She claims that Bambi has been having informal conversations with an unidentified corporate executive. There was a producer and an older, rich, and supposedly interested person behind the scenes of the love and hip-hop universe. Abruptly, Bambi's attorney is asking for complete control over the usage and modification of her tale. Is the pregnancy a clever plot, or is it real? Consider this: a significant control move in the history of love and hip-hop. Viewers increase when a male-led plotline with a jock receiving criticism leads to a violent, intensifying dispute. Bambi is reticent, pregnant, enigmatic, and protected by the law. Mama's insightful lectures, on the other hand, are comparable to memorable memes. She is really changing the script rather than just playing the game. Are you familiar with sweating? The backstage mystery of Southern maternity has vanished. 13 men, 1 woman, 1 child, and no DNA. Love and Hip Hop ATL Season 13's paternity plot. This is the most ridiculous season build-up ever, don't you think? Yes, if you think it's jocks, Carly responded live, adding, I know some, even after reading the harshly panned, but I guess you're looking at the wrong pair, and you're not ready for tea. But now that the blade has reached its last twist, Carly has left everyone perplexed. Mama D, consider this for a moment. Scrappy's mother has requested visiting privileges for the unborn child's grandparents. She has a lawyer ready and is just interested in finding out whether the kid is her grandson, regardless of if Scrappy is the child's dad. What comes next in this actual legal drama? Extended reality TV? Will Bambi disclose the father before season 13 debuts? Will suspicion cause Jock's marriage to fall apart? And will Scrappy produce the best mixtape of the year despite the emotional fallout? More significantly, can Mona Scott ever regain control of her cast? One thing is certain, though. This pregnancy has altered the course of events. The whole series, not just the plot, the characters, or the relationships. Season 13 is already looking like the most strange season ever, and we haven't even started yet. From the baby shower invitations to the subtle drama surrounding Erica Dixon, to the silence. According to Carly Red's plan, if Bambi does well, she will go with a new contract, a new bag, and a new child. You may watch how your ex's tears pay off maternity leave. Let's go on to the conclusion. Well done, everyone. It's not simply a horrible issue with hip-hop and love. Heartache, baby bumps, lawsuits, and live broadcast malfunctions are all terrible. Does young Jock play the role of father in Season 13, or is he simply a scapegoat who happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time? The main question today is whether Bambi is indeed pregnant or whether this is just a PR stunt, or worst, stop playing the game. Did Scrappy just get more playing time than his previous counterpart? A mixtape? We're talking about a reality program where it's a sport to brawl in front of food trucks. Tears aren't real unless they're caught on video during a confessional